Imagine yourself diving into a serene lake under the scorching summer sun, feeling the warm water touch your face. Everything seems calm until, unknowingly, you open an invisible door to a nightmare. Because in that tranquil water, a microscopic predator may be lurking, silent, deadly, and invisible. This is Naegleria fowleri, better known as the brain-eating amoeba. It might sound like science fiction, but it's real. A microscopic creature, invisible to the naked eye, capable of turning a simple dip in a lake into a near-certain death sentence. In this video, you'll learn how this amoeba works, where it lives, how to protect yourself, and why it's spreading more and more around the world. Stick with me until the end, because you'll discover that even everyday activities, like rinsing your nose with tap water, can be an invisible game of Russian roulette, and how avoiding this is much simpler than you might think. Naegleria fowleri is a single-celled amoeba, a one-celled organism, that lives freely in warm freshwater environments like rivers, lakes, hot springs, puddles, poorly maintained reservoirs, and even plumbing systems with untreated water. It thrives in temperatures between 25 and 46 degrees Celsius. In other words, it loves heat. The warmer the environment, the more active it becomes. But what makes it truly terrifying is that when it enters a human nose, it can reach the brain and cause a devastating, almost always fatal infection called primary amoebic meningoencephalitis. This infection destroys brain tissue in a matter of days. Drinking contaminated water poses no risk. The stomach acid neutralizes the amoeba. The danger lies in water entering the nose, especially with force, such as during diving, nasal irrigation, or water sports. In March 2023, a tragic case made headlines. A man in Florida, USA, died after using tap water for a simple nasal rinse. The water hadn't been boiled or filtered. The amoeba was there, and the outcome was fatal. This isn't an isolated case. Since 1962, the United States has recorded 157 infections caused by this amoeba. Only 4 people survived. That's a mortality rate of over 97%. In Brazil, only 1 case has been confirmed to date, in 2009, in the state of Rio Grande do Sul. But that doesn't mean we're entirely safe. Underreporting, especially in countries with diagnostic challenges, may be hiding a still unknown reality. In India, for example, the number of cases is rising. In 2024, Israel also confirmed a death caused by the amoeba after the victim swam in a natural lake. The scientific community has recognized a worrying pattern. With rising temperatures due to climate change, the territory of Naegleria fowleri is expanding. Regions once too cold, like the northern United States and parts of Europe, are now reporting their first cases. The symptoms of the infection are initially subtle, which delays diagnosis. From 1 to 9 days after exposure, fever, severe headache, nausea, and vomiting appear, symptoms very similar to the flu. But soon the situation worsens. The neck stiffens, the person experiences confusion, hallucinations, seizures, and falls into a coma. From there, death can occur in less than a week. The infection is rapid, and even tests like MRI scans often fail to detect in time. By the time the disease is identified, the brain has usually suffered irreversible damage. Despite this, there is a glimmer of hope. In 2013, a 12-year-old girl named Callie survived the infection. She contracted the amoeba at a water park in Arkansas, USA. Callie was treated with a drug called miltefosine, combined with induced coma and therapeutic hypothermia, a method that cools the body to slow the disease's progression. Against all odds, Callie survived. She became a symbol of hope in a grim scenario. Since then, doctors have tried to replicate this treatment in other patients. In 2024, studies suggested that combining miltefosine with amphotericin B and nitroxyline could slightly improve survival chances. The biggest challenge remains early diagnosis, which is both the key and the greatest obstacle. But how can you protect yourself? Fortunately, prevention is simple. If you're swimming in lakes, rivers, or hot springs, use a nose clip or avoid diving headfirst. For nasal irrigation, boil the water first. Use 1-micron filters or stick to sterile saline solution. Avoid using tap water, especially in tropical regions or during the summer. Another tip: Steer clear of swimming in warm, stagnant freshwater, especially in areas where cases have been reported. And yes, rest assured, the amoeba doesn't survive in salt water. The ocean is a safe environment in this regard. Curiously, there's an urban legend surrounding Disney's River Country Water Park, which closed permanently in 2001. Rumors suggest the closure was linked to the death of a boy in 1980 from a brain infection caused by Naegleria fowleri. While the official reason was commercial, recent studies have shown that artificial lakes with chlorine levels below 1 ppm are indeed conducive to the amoeba's survival. What was once mere speculation is now backed by scientific data. Additionally, poorly maintained wells, open water tanks, and domestic irrigation systems using stagnant water are other points of concern, especially in rural areas. According to a 2025 report published in Global Health Security, changes in rainfall patterns may also favor the amoeba's appearance, creating stagnant pools where it can survive in resistant cysts. But it's not all bad news. In developed countries, rapid detection sensors are being tested to monitor Naegleria in real time. Meanwhile, awareness campaigns are growing in Brazil and other Latin American countries, shedding light on this silent risk. The truth is, this amoeba is like a microscopic ghost, rare but relentless. It doesn't choose its victims based on weakness. Unlike other amoebas that only attack the immunocompromised, Naegleria fowleri strikes children, teenagers, and healthy adults, especially those who love outdoor adventures. And here's an alarming fact. 2025 studies show this amoeba may be adapting to lower temperatures, which could further expand its range in the coming years. But this isn't a time for panic. It's a time for information. Prevention remains the strongest armor against this invisible enemy. Awareness is like shining a flashlight in a dark forest. If you made it this far, you're already one step ahead. From now on, every dip in a warm lake, every careless nasal rinse won't be so innocent. You'll know how to protect yourself. Naegleria fowleri turns an innocent swim into a game of chance. But with the right knowledge, you stop being a target and become vigilant. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this content with those you care about. There's another video popping up on the screen right now, and I guarantee it'll surprise you too. See you there. Take care.